Let's go, guys. We have a couple. We have a little bit more time for a couple of phone calls. Okay, caller, your name, and where you calling from?
Last name Contreras, first name Box. What's up, brother?
What's up, Box? How you doing, man?
Good. You know what? I got into a little trouble, but we'll talk about that off air.
Okay.
It's all right. It's cool.
You got a question?
What I wanted to call, yes, I do. To our guest, from Baldwin Park. You know, I'm from the SGV. We're neighbors. We're vecinos. My question I was going to ask was, how is it how do you feel about like the Subway, like eating Subway, and is that considered healthy enough to work out? And because I've been trying to do that, and I've lost quite a few pounds off Subway. How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, so did Jared from Subway. You know, the thing about it is that you're going to lose a certain amount, and sometimes your body plateaus. And the thing is that you have to eat a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fat. It's not going to be what people think, because a lot of people that hop on my program, I send them a list of foods that I suggest, and they're like, fuck, I eat everything on the list, Guerrero, but I don't see nothing. My body's stuck already. And I'm like, okay, what's your structure? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just eat. Well, that's the problem. You can't just assume that you're going to eat chicken and rice or go to Subway. Yeah, you're going to, reach to a certain point, but it's not going to get you to the results that you want. You have to have a structured plan.
Yeah. And always, as a matter of fact, let me just say this really quick, bro. It has to be a lifestyle. Do not look at it. I'm going to start this diet here and end in December. Don't look at it like that. So go ahead, brother.
And what I was going to say too is like when when I was in the hospital, I was bedridden for a year. Everybody knows that. I won't say it on air. When they were telling me how they break down certain foods, like white rice and tortillas, and how you would go, it would break down into basically sugar. And so when I was doing the Subway thing, I was always like, damn, like, okay. So I was doing the lettuce wrap, and you see the difference in that. I'm not no expert in all that, but I did see the difference in that as amongst like with like bread. And so basically for everyone that's trying to lose weight, and I'm one of them, definitely, you got to really get into what you're eating, and in that notion, what I'm trying to say is, what is the best way to lose weight on certain foods? You don't mind me asking.
Well, like people ask me, what's the best diet, the one that you're going to follow? What's the best workout, the one that you're going to do? Obviously, people demonize, they demonize fucking carbs, and the carbs ain't the problem. The problem is that we consume so much of it. So the body, the carbohydrate store as muscular glycogen. The body could only break so much. But what happens with us, that we eat so much that whatever the body needs, it's going to take. The rest you're going to shit it out, and the rest will turn into sugar, which is going to be fat. Yeah. And that's what we don't get. It's not that the carbs are bad, it's that we abuse them. So that's where you get that from, where people are like, okay, well, I'm not going to eat rice and tortilla. Well, no shit. Anybody's going to lose weight doing that. But the problem is that's not the problem. The problem is that you have to eat in moderation, where you could still stick to that plan, because a lot of people, they'll run to keto, they'll run to juicing, fasting. All that shit that's not going to last, it's not sustainable, it's not realistic for a lot of people, and that's why they crack. Instead of knowing that it's about portion controls, it's about not taking away. It's a lifestyle, long view.
Awesome.
I got you. Thank you for the info. Antonio, you're my brother. Saludos, the real Box. And the people in the comments wanted to know, and they said, I was going to call in. This is the real Box, the one with the picture in the background at the beach.
Oh, good.
And I've lost my weight. I'm not saying I did it correctly. I did, cheat a little, but thank you, brother. Like I always said, Tony, you're my brother.
All right,
love
brother.
You guys, man.
Stay
Take care.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, we got about 10 more minutes. Ya estuvo. So if you guys want to call in and say something, call in right now. Any questions? Somebody put in the comments, pre-workout is trash. Well, it's not for everybody, bro. You don't have to take it. So, caller, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Caller. Caller, I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so, okay, there they go again. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Fairbanks, Alaska.
What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, doing good. So I had a question for Joe. You said something about fasting not being a longevity because sometimes people crack. I think that's a true statement. Is there any advice that you can give to someone who, like me, myself, that did fasting, but I mean, I lost about 40 pounds, but I ended up not being able to last because my job hours changed because I would eat from 7:30 to 3:30, and then I would go all day without eating. I would drink water, but I mean, is there any advice you would give out on if you just quit doing fasting?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
like-
Yeah, absolutely, Big Dog. You're just going to have to go back to a structured macro plan where you eat a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fat. Here we go again. A lot of people, fasting is used for a lot of religious reasons, health reasons. A lot of times, I use fasting, for certain individuals because of their health, or if we're trying to get the last little bit of fat, those are just tools that we use. It's nothing that people should come in and look forward to because it's not sustainable. That shit, you have to fucking follow it to the T, or else when you fuck up, you're gonna fucking throw everything away and that's easy for people to fuck up because an event happens or something lands in their lap. Oh fuck, man, the dinner. Fuck, what are you gonna say? A lot of people aren't gonna stick to it. They're not gonna say, well, fuck fasting, I'll start tomorrow. That's something that you're setting yourself up for failure. So do something more realistic, more long view, which is, like I said, follow a macro structure plan, and you're going to lose
Macro.
Yeah. Protein, carbs, and fat.
But my last question, sorry, but just I'm really strict on not eating after 6:30. Is that something like is that something recommended? I mean, because I do cheat. I do have cheat days. I do believe in cheat days, but I'm really strict on not eating after 6:30. Is that something? Is that going too crazy or?
No, I mean that's good. If you like I said, if you're if you like it, that's good. But that's a myth where people say, "Hey, don't eat after 6" or this and that. I mean, if you're following a structured plan, it doesn't matter if you eat 30 minutes fucking before bed. I did it when I was eating 9 meals a day. You're not, it's calories in, calories out. You're not gonna be totally fucking gain weight overnight just because you had the last late meal. If you're following your plan and staying under your numbers that you should, the body's not gonna fucking gain weight. So, but what you're doing there, a lot of people, see here. So this is different. A lot of people use that for a lot of health reasons. A lot of people can't eat right before bed because they upset stomach. They can't go to sleep. They're too full. So yeah. If you have that where now you have a few hours to digest for you to feel better, absolutely. That's one of the keys that this is when you get to know your body and you get in tune with your body. It's not going to be like, oh no, well, that's bullshit. Nah, it works for people. It's working for you. So stay on it.
All good.
And you would say that everybody's macros count would depend on their weight or like, there's people that can eat from 6,000 calories, right, a day to dropping it down to 1,500. Would you say that's unhealthy?
Fuck yeah, it is. You can't do a drastic jump like that. Yeah, you'll fuck yourself up. You have to. The way I get macros is this is what I tell my clients, by your height, your weight, your body fat percentage, and obviously your goals and your activities. All that plays a big factor. You cannot come in and expect Tony to have the same macros as I have if he's more active than me. There's no fucking way. You're going to be burning more fuel. You're going to be losing weight too fast. No, everybody has to know their numbers. That's where a lot of people get fucked up because they go to these apps and they're like, fuck, nothing happened. I went to this fucking macro app on the internet. And I'm like, exactly, because they're going to throw you inflated numbers. You still got to adjust them. You still have to make sure those are your numbers. And that's where people, here we go again. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you, Tony.
You got it. Thank you. Okay, let's go. We got a couple of more minutes. Good questions.
Good questions.